So today we are going to start chapter 9, weathering. You are already very much familiar with this word weathering. So what is weathering? Weathering is the process of breaking down of rocks but not its removal. Mark all of you, but not its removal. It is only the breaking down of the rocks. It is described as disintegration or decomposition of a rock in size by what? By the help of the natural agents at or near the surface of the earth. So what is weathering in simple terms? It is the breaking down of rocks, and by what? By the natural agents. Now the main characteristics of weathering. Weathering involves disintegration or decay of the solid rocks. Now it depends on the climatic elements and the characteristics of the rocks. It affects the surface of the earth. The shape and the size of the landforms, it changes because of the weathering. In a picture, in figure 9.1 in your book, you can see that a mountain range is given. Just have a look. There's a mountain range. See before weathering how it looks and how it looks after the weathering. See the shape of the landform, it changes. So it also causes the formation of soil. It involves several processes to cause disintegration of rocks. So it cannot happen just in a moment. It takes several processes. It undergoes various processes which causes the disintegration of the rocks. Now it changes the hard massive rocks into the final material. It prepares rock materials for transportation by agent of gradation. So these are the main characteristic features of the weathering. Now let us discuss the types of weathering. So the different types of weatherings are physical weathering, chemical weathering and biological weathering. We will discuss it one by one. Now starting with the physical weathering, it is also known as mechanical weathering. Now it involves rock disintegration without any change in the chemical constituents of the rocks. See what will happen in this physical weathering? The rocks will disintegrate, but its chemical constituents, they won't change. It will remain the same. Now the factors responsible for physical weathering are mainly the temperature changes, then the presence of moisture and also the frost action and the wind. So these are the different factors that are responsible for physical weathering. Now there are different types of physical weathering: block disintegration, granular disintegration and exfoliation. So we will discuss them. Now coming to the block disintegration, what happens? There is a sudden rise and fall of temperature that causes expansion and contraction of the rock. See, there is a sudden rise and fall. The rise and the fall, sudden change in the temperature. Suddenly when it is very high and very low temperature, it causes what? Sudden expansion and also the contraction of the rocks. Now, the repeated action causes their breakdown. At night, the temperature suddenly falls and during the day it rises. Children, generally it happens during in the desert areas. Desert area, what happens in the daytime? It is very hot, and coming to the night, it is very cold at night. So there is a sudden change in the temperature from high temperature to the low temperature. So this causes the contraction of rocks. Now this repeated action, it results in the breakdown. So this leads to tension and splitting of the rocks, known as block disintegration. Now this is the picture of the block disintegration. Now what happens in the granular disintegration? Since rocks are made up of different minerals, weathering may also reduce rocks into pieces and fragments. Okay, small tiny pieces. Now this type of disintegration is known as granular disintegration. You can see the picture. There is a big rock and it is disintegrated into small pieces. Okay, that is known as granular disintegrations. Now coming to the exfoliation, what happens in exfoliation? The sudden temperature changes may also cause fissures into which water penetrates, which is in turn stimulates chemical weathering. Now most rocks are not good conductors of heat. The sudden contraction and expansion peels off only the outer layer. Now here the main thing is, exfoliation means, the meaning of this particular word is only peeling off of the outer layer. So it peels off the outer layers. That particular is known as exfoliation. How does it occur? It occurs due to the change in the temperature, sudden change in the temperature. So this is all about the three types of weathering, of physical weathering, that is block disintegration, granular and exfoliation. Now coming to the chemical weathering. Now in chemical weathering, some or all minerals in the rocks, they suffer a decay or alteration by agents such as water, oxygen, carbon or various organic acids. Now here the decomposition of rocks takes place with changes in the chemical constituents of the rock. Now mark children, in the physical weathering there was no change in the chemical composition, but here the chemical composition changes. Now the main causes for this chemical weathering, they are the temperature, moisture, etc. And mineral rocks, to either they dissolve in water or they change their composition. That is why their composition changes. Now the four main processes that is involved. What are those four processes? Oxidation, carbonation, hydration and solution. So these are the main processes and they change the chemical composition of the particular rock that is undergoes weathering. Now switching on to the biological weathering, this particular weathering is also known as the organic weathering because its main agents are belongs to the nature, such as animals, insects, plants and man. So these are the agents that is involved in biological weathering. Now in all the cases, however, both physical disintegration and chemical decompositions are involved. Here both are involved, physical disintegration and also the chemical composition, and the chemical decompositions. Now this is because all biological matter is made up of oxygen and water, and those two substances that set off reaction of the mineral in the rocks. So this is the reason. So it is also a biological weathering is also known as organic weathering. Now here it is very nicely explained part by part the different agents of involved in the biological weathering, like humans. Now how humans are involved? Man is the most active agent of both physical and chemical weathering of the rocks. For example, how? Mining, excavations, construction of roads, building, etc. They cause both physical disintegration of the rocks. Then agriculture, dumping of chemicals and waste underground promote both physical and chemical weathering. So this is how human acts as an agent. Now plants, the roots of the large tree, they reach deep into the rocks and they cause physical disintegration due to pressure. Now here in the picture you can easily see how the rocks they how the roots they penetrate inside the rock, causing weathering. Now animals and insects. Animals like rabbits, worms, moles, etc. they bring large quantities of fine material to the surface. Then burrowing animals help to loosen the surface material around the rock, facilitating their physical disintegration. Now upon the death and decaying animals also provide many chemicals and acids for rock disintegration. So this is how animals, humans and plants, insects, they act as an agent for biological weathering. Now we already know that from the processes of weathering that we have already discussed, we come to know that climate plays a very important role, okay, in the weathering of the rocks. For example, physical weathering is most rapid in the desert because of the sudden climatic change, and chemical weathering occurs in moist and cold climates because they react with oxygen and water, and they change their chemical composition. Now, chief characteristics of weathering in different climates. Now, different climates such as equatorial climate, tropical climate, how in these different climates the weathering is affected. Like in equatorial climate, humidity and temperature are constantly high. Here in these kind of regions, usually we find chemical weathering. Now in tropical climate, there is marked dry and wet season, and differences in heating needs to consistently high rate of evaporation. Now during wet season, precipitation of oxides of iron and aluminium takes place from the rocks. Now this promotes the formation of the laterite soil. Which kind of soils? Laterite soil. So tropical climatic conditions, where we have tropical climatic condition, that particular area, they have the laterite soils. Now coming to the dry climates, the mechanical weathering is most dominant here. Now if we talk in the temperate climate, the most powerful agent is the frost action. And in polar climates, physical weathering due to frost action is most prevalent. So this is how in different season, different types of weatherings they occur. So this is all you have in this chapter. So one by one, each topic you have to read, then you can easily solve the exercise. We can discuss the exercise. I hope you have understood the chapter, but you needed to go to read each and every lines, or you may say each and every topic deeply, so that you can understand it well.